All right, good morning, guys. Welcome to another live stream. We're just going to begin shortly. Just trying to get everything all set up here. Okay, we're good. Are you guys able to hear me well here? Let me know in the chat if you're able to hear me well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Excited to be here, guys, this morning. We're going to take a look at gold, see what opportunities we can find. We had a beautiful US 30 win yesterday on the live stream. So that was a really nice win overall. We're going to take a look and see if we can see anything together. Kind of go from there. Just cleaning my glasses here, guys. All right, let's do this. I'm just going to let's leave it like this. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. Sec here. All right, let's take a look at gold. It's 8:14. We are getting a nice rejection from this area. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. We got a nice impulse to the upside. Overall, like I said, even from previous days, like I told you guys, I believe it was yesterday as well, told you guys that we were overall just bullish, right? So the fact that we were bullish just gave us a stronger indication that most likely we were going to see bullish price action. Now, you know, overall here on the daily time frame, we can see that, you know, we are kind of trying to probably fill this wick, to be honest, and probably, you know, even form new higher highs. You know, it really depends on how we're gonna actually close out you know, this daily here. If this daily is able to close above this wick high, then I mean, at this point we're creating a new high here, and then that's going to be really good for gold. And I mean, that's just the direction it really wants to go. So if we look at it from the 4-hour perspective, we are just, like I said, piercing through this area. That's kind of like my main zone that I have my eyes on. Now, could I do it here from the body? Yes, but I want to kind of keep it within this kind of zone area, because anything could really happen within this area. So again, this is a daily area that we're just piercing through. Really, it's not really a zone, but it is a 4-hour area here, which you can see. Now, if we go down to the 1 hour here, we can see it a lot more clear. We can understand that also we have another 1-hour zone kind of like around this area right there. So these are kind of my really only areas that I would say that are quite significant. We do have, like I said, that wick high right there that we just should have in mind. If we look at it from how it's reacting to that zone, we have a nice rejection from that support area, which I do like. We go down to the 5 here, we can see that price came down exactly, tapped into this zone here at 740, and then it gave us a nice rejection all the way up. Now, you know, could have this been a good entry? I mean, yes and no, just because we can see the 15. I like that 15 closure, respecting this area. The 5-minute here, we got the closure back into this range. But however, this did look like a double top, right? So, you know, how many pips is this? It's about 65 pips. So yeah, that's not bad. You know, before 8:30, so that's not too bad at all. Let's see what the market does. Maybe we can even see if we can kind of hold this area here and see if the market's going to pull back, maybe grab some more liquidity. We do have this nice 5-minute order block right over here, which would go in confluence with the 1 hour the 1 hour time frame as well. So let's see what the market does. We did have a nice break of structure here on the 15 as well. So this is the 15-minute will be here as well, technically speaking. Something to keep in mind. If we look at it from the 1 hour as well, if this 1 hour closes within the 40 minutes within this area here, then this is a nice 1 hour order block as well. But we're gonna have to wait patiently and see what happens. And then just kind of go from there. So, but I do think that there needs to be some sort of retracement. If we can get some sort of retracement, tap into this area, then we could see a potential, you know, buy continuation here for gold. So yeah, that's really what I'm seeing here overall. It's just like a nice clean buy continuation here overall for gold. This is kind of my main zone area that I'm looking at. This is another nice zone right over here that I'm looking at. So there's a couple areas here, guys, that you know, I want to mark off and be aware of. But yeah, you guys have any questions for me? We got sell limits, let's go. We got my man Cal, let's go. We got Erica, good morning. Awesome, guys, awesome. Guys, if you're enjoying the live stream so far, give it a thumbs up, guys. It really does support the channel, so I really do appreciate it when you guys support the channel and stuff. It just motivates me to continue to come on here, guys. Okay, so let's so that is gold. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys see what I'm talking about. Do you see, like, yeah, that would have been a nice move there at literally 730-ish range, 730, 740. That would have been a nice buy, to be honest, guys. But it is what it is. Like, that's fine. I personally like to wait till after 8:30 anyways, to, you know, enter potential positions and stuff. Erica, feeling better? Yes, I'm feeling much better. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate it. Wifey's the one that's not feeling as well this morning, but you know, she's there. She's there. So just trying to take care of her as best as I can. But thank you for asking. Thank you so much, Erica. I really appreciate you checking out. But yeah, no, feeling a lot better. And here I am, guys. Here I am. Okay, so how are you guys doing? Let me know in the chat. How are you guys doing? Are you guys good? I hope you guys are. I know last time we did, when was it? Yesterday we had a good win together on the live stream. It was a little bit more quiet lately. I don't know if it's just me, but like the live streams, a lot of people have been more quiet lately. But yeah. Okay, so we're gonna wait for gold. Like I said, I just feel it needs to, even if it's gonna go up, guys, we need to grab some liquidity, right? So the market needs to at least sweep some liquidity, right? It could be from this liquidity right here, it could be from this area here, right? It needs to sweep this liquidity, or take the liquidity, whatever, and then continue up. Now, what could happen here though as well is that the market could come back in, break back into this range, and then now we have a potential short opportunity, right? So there's a lot of scenarios that could potentially happen here. We just got to understand like which one is the most highest probability setup that we would prefer to take. Yeah, so that would be the question of the day, if it makes sense. Give me 1 second here, guys. All right, beauty. Okay. Let's continue on here. One second, I'm just gonna pin this comment here, guys, and then we should be good. Okay. All right, guys. So let's continue. Let's just erase this here. 1 second here. All right. So let's continue here. I'm just going to refresh this here for a sec. Okay. And then we're going to take a look at some other pairs. Let me know if you guys are looking at any specific pairs, because we're going to try and see if we can find another opportunity here together, guys. Like, that's honestly the end goal here. Geez, hold on. I guess just going back would be the best way to delete this. There we go. Okay, so like I said, here in this case, like, I personally feel if we want to see a continuation to the upside, could we see the market come back up, you know, maybe tap back into, you know, these highs up here? Absolutely. This could definitely be a main target to these highs. Now, personally enough, for us to, you know, continue to come up to these highs or even create new higher highs, I do feel that we need to grab more liquidity. Okay, we need to grab more fuel before we see a continuation to the upside, and that's usually the case for most of the times, right? So what am I seeing here for price? What could price potentially do? There's two scenarios here that we can see for gold. And one of the scenarios is that we could see price tap into this 5-minute order block, which would come to this major area structure that I have lined up here, and then see a nice rejection from this area. If we see a nice rejection, we get a rejection here from our EMA as well. We could then see a nice continuation to the upside. Okay, this is scenario number one. Okay, scenario number two for gold is that we actually break back down, okay, below this area structure here, and then we can see a nice clean continuation to the downside. Okay, these are two of my scenarios that I have here for gold this morning, okay, that we can use as reference and kind of go from there. Now let's move on to US30. What are we looking at US30? I'd like to kind of just start off, clear off the chart, start fresh. Let's go up to the daily, and let's see how we basically closed off. And you can see that overall daily is still bullish, although yesterday we didn't close above these highs, forming a new higher high. Excuse me. We are still technically bullish, and so this is something to keep in mind, something that we have to be aware of. Now, if we look at it from a you know, kind of daily perspective, knowing that we are quite bullish, kind of what are areas that are of importance to me? Well, this is kind of my first target area here. Remember, this is just a zone. It's not exactly a precise or specific area, but the fact that, you know, I can mark this off and say, okay, well, you know what, we've got our highest point here at this point right here in this this area over here, and I'm mainly just targeting maybe a break of the highs or anything in between this zone here. So now we go down to the 4-hour here. We can understand, okay, you know what's going on within the 4-hour here. Well, we can see the 4-hour has been quite bullish. This was just one break to the downside, so it was either a steeper pullback or a grab of liquidity. Okay, are you guys understanding what I'm saying so far? Okay, knowing that this is also a daily support, I like to look here on the 4-hour and kind of just see what other major areas of structure where price has respected in the past. Well, guess what? We also actually have this zone right over here. Is kind of an area that I definitely would keep my eyes on here on the 4-hour time frame, as well as this zone over here, which we have as the daily. So again, these are kind of my two zones here. There's not much to it other than that there could be an area here, but this is just nothing. This is just consolidation in my eyes, right? So if there's just consolidation, I want to stay out. I don't really want to be a part of this. And to me, I don't want to use this as an area of structure or a zone because there was no reaction to this area or whatever, right? So personally, I would say is just like, let's just wait and see what the market does after 9:30 here for US30. But before we do that, I'm going to do my pre-market analysis here with you guys and share with you guys what we could potentially see. Now, here's the deal. We have a nice zone here. I do like that. We are bullish on the daily. I like that. You know, if we look at it from the 4-hour, we are also bullish on the 4-hour. So literally at this point, if anything, I would like to see how the 1-hour is looking, if anything, here, and we could potentially see some sort of a retracement, because here's the deal. We have a 1-hour zone here too, which is a 1-hour order block. We might not even honestly come back down to this zone here. Seems like we've been holding this support here for quite some time here, like, you know, right over here, that blue line. So something to keep in mind. It's not an area within this area here. Like, this is a little bit of resistance here up here at these highs, which I could mark right there on the 1-hour. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So that would be a zone here that we could potentially look at. Really, in reality of things, we could see we're just really stuck within this range. Personally, I would like to see it hold off at a level structure. If we break above and close above here, this zone, so let's go back up to the 1 hour. If this 1 hour, which closes in half an hour, closes above this high here, then I may be looking for buy continuations. If it doesn't close above that high level right there, then we're looking to probably get a steeper pullback, to be honest, a steeper grab of liquidity. Yeah, that's what I would say, if anything. So yeah, like I said, look at this. That's a nice impulse. However, it could just be forming a wick. So something to keep in mind as to what we could potentially anticipate here for the US dollar. We got some more US news at 10 as well, guys. So we got US news at 8:30 and more US news at 10. So something to keep in mind as well. By the way, I'm going to let our free chat know that we're live as well, guys. So welcome to everyone that's just joining us here for the first time as well, guys. If you're new to the family, welcome. Welcome to La Familia, guys. Excited to have you here. Do you guys have any questions for me, guys? Let me know in the chat if you guys have any questions. Chat, we're at 8 likes. Let's get it to 15 likes. We have 15 members here live with us. Let's go. Erica, yeah, absolutely. We could definitely take a look at it. I'm just literally going to share right now through the Telegram group, and then we're going to get started on USDJPY, okay? Just something, yeah, the news. We got to be aware of that. So I would say I would personally wait just to be safe. We got Ross in the house. Good morning, Ross. How are you doing? Happy to have you here. I'm just going to share it right now in the free Telegram group, and then we're going to take a look at USDJPY. Okay, perfect. That has been shared. And we're going to, and I just dropped a new reel for you guys as well. So for those that are following me on my Instagram, go check that reel out, guys. Okay, let's take a look at USDJPY here. Okay, so USDJPY, we had a good potential yesterday, but it never played out. Now, this is typical. This could definitely happen, especially when you see like this. It is what it is. Market really just ended up on just ranging. That's just kind of what it decided doing for kind of most of the day, to be honest. So at this point, to be honest, I do think that USDJPY is most likely going to continue to range. I don't see it doing anything else other than that until we see the news come out. Once we get the news come out, then we're probably going to see what direction it wants to go. Because right now, if you look at it, we're kind of also within a larger range. So we're within a range here. So we have to kind of keep this in the back of our mind that, you know, we don't want to be stuck within a range area here when the market's still undecided as to, okay, is it going to actually genuinely respect this daily zone here, or is it actually going to break above it? Or are we actually going to see, are we going to see the market actually respect it, like I said earlier, and then see a nice deeper pullback, or at least a retracement, at least to this zone over here, which could then give us a nice propel to the upside. Now, once price gets to this zone here, we can then determine what the market is trying to tell us, right? Because we don't know if the market's going to respect this zone either, right? All we know is that we want to use whatever the market's giving us, whatever story it's telling us, as a way to understand, okay, you know what, we're looking for buys from this area because I'm getting this clear rejection, because I'm getting all my confirmations, because everything's aligning for price to now reject from this area structure to the upside, right? But as of right now, when you look at the bigger picture and you realize, and you're like, okay, well, the daily really just looks like it's kind of formed a double top essentially. So we could see a nice push down. However, we're really stuck in this range. Now, why is there a range? If we go down to the 4 hour, we see that we are in this 4 hour range here within this zone. So do I really want to be in this 4 hour range or consolidation? Not really, because I would like to be in it if it was a clear kind of like, where we have this beautiful impulse here where you see, okay, we were up at these highs, we saw rejection, we came back down to these lows, we saw rejection, right? But then it just started kind of consolidating for a while, kind of came up, failed to push up higher, came down, right? So personally, I think personally, if anything, I think it's going to continue to sell. I don't see USDJPY for buys right now. The only thing though is, you got to really play cautiously here, because like I said, you're within a massive range and a range within a range here. And literally all day yesterday, it seems like it was just stuck within this zone, right? So I don't want you to be stuck here stressing out. You get into a position thinking it's going to sell off, and then in reality, news comes out, taps back in at the highs or grabs more liquidity before it goes down lower, right? So I would say just let the news happen first, and then just kind of enter after the market has taken its liquidity, and then just kind of go from there. Because remember, like, some people think, oh, I'm going to miss the move. It's like, well, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can find certain opportunities and stuff like that. But personally, I would just play it a little bit more on the safer side. But that's just me. But yeah, to answer your question, obviously on the higher time frames, we're looking for shorts. Like I said, on the daily time frame, we're forming kind of that double top. We're at this area structure, right? Everything just aligns on my end for price to at least come to this zone. Now, like I said, because of the news, personally, I would stay out. Perfect. Beauty. We got Chad. Just shorting now. I pivoted the 618 and the 0.50. Yeah, I guess if you look at it from that perspective, you could see it that it has rejected that area on the fib from the lows of the highs. Yeah, 618.50. That's true. Yeah, that's true. You could see a nice rejection here. Personally, I would have entered. I would have liked entering higher, to be honest. Like right when we saw that rejection there, that closure of that rejection, that would have been a good entry because we're already 20 pips in. So yeah, I mean, if you got in a little bit earlier, that would have been nicer, because if you get in now you're 20 pips against you, right? So if you enter now and you put a 25 or 30 pip stop loss, right? What happens if once the news comes out, worst case scenario, news comes out, grabs deeper liquidity at the 71, and then all of a sudden just tanks, right? So yeah, like, I mean, personally, the way I would have approached this, I would have waited at least, like what you said, that's a good rejection zone, because I like that on the fib. That's a 50 and 618. I like that, Chad. That used to be my golden zone. It still is technically, but now because of all the extremes, right? Like I put it up to 71 and 79. That's kind of like the new golden zone. But technically, this whole zone is a new golden zone, really, here that I have. This whole zone here, 79 and 50. Anything above the 50, really, at the premium pricing, we're good. Which, you know, most of you guys know that, right? How premium and discount pricing works and stuff. Yeah, Chad, good point, bro. Good point. That's why I love using the fib, because technically you can look at it different ways. You can look at it. You can look at 618 is golden zone, 50. Anything above there. Yeah, 618 was like gold mine for me. And that's why I still have it. 618, 50, 71, 79. Now, the reason why I like really highlighted the 79, 71 is because I like that it really technically just taps into the order block, right? So if you look at this order block right here on the 1 hour, this is a 1 hour order block. It really just taps into that 1 hour order block, almost basically 50% of that candle, right? So 50% is literally, 50%, not the candle, 50% between 71 and 79. So it's just an area that I have my eyes on, you know what I mean? So it's just like, is it going to tap into it all the time? No, of course not. But yeah, it's something I just usually keep in mind. We got Ibrahim. What are your thoughts on NAS 100 and gold? Let's take a look at NAS, my man. But before we take a look at NAS, now that it's past 8:30, let's take a look at gold again and see where we're at here with gold. So like I told you guys, I felt that gold needed to grab more liquidity. Seems like we've already kind of taken the liquidity. See how the market has taken liquidity here? I like that. I like that 5-minute rejection. This is looking good. The only thing that's really holding me back is this freaking news, to be honest. What I would say, anything, I really like that 5-minute closure there. The only thing I would say is just be careful with the news right now. That's the only thing. Yeah. Also don't like that rejection there. Yeah, let's see how this candle closes here, guys. We are getting a reaction here on the 5. I like that, but if the next 5 closes back into this range, then it's kind of irrelevant at that point. Plus, we got 47 seconds for the 15 to close. Let's see how this 15-minute closes. Okay, I'll do NAS really quickly here, guys, because I want to keep my eye on gold here. So if we look at the 4 hour here for NAS, if we look at it overall, actually, let's go up to the daily here. If we look at it overall, we could see the market maybe give us some sort of a retracement, but it seems like it is kind of actually holding off and respecting this daily support right here. It's a nice daily zone here. Yeah, I'm not really gonna focus on any other zone other than this resistance area here. If we go down to the 4 hour, we're kind of within this range, to be honest. This is a nice 4 hour zone. I'd like to see how the market pulls back into this 4 hour zone, see if it's gonna hold it. Yeah, see how it reacts around this zone here. Because here's the deal, like, we're not really bullish, guys. Like, we are, you know, the market's been really just creating these deeper lower lows, right? So we're just coming to this area where we could see, you know, the market get a massive stop hunt here around this area here, because we have this also, this zone right here, this order block right here. So I think the market could tap into this order block, maybe get a reaction and go from there. But I personally would wait for the news, guys. After this, personally, I would wait for the news, see what happens, and then let it play out from there. See, this is what I'm talking about. That rejection, do you see that 1 hour? We got 14 minutes left. That's why I wouldn't buy, guys. Just like that. That 15, I didn't like that closure, guys. I think we're closing back in. See how the 15 closed back in below that 1 hour area structure? Doesn't really give me the confidence to actually look for buys. I'm not looking for buys here right now. Maybe looking at potential sells. I just want to know what I'm working with here. I would personally do something like a 1-to-1 would be 30, 1-to-2. Yeah. Something like that. Let's wait and see how that 1 hour closes, guys. Let's see what happens here. Let's see how this closes, guys, because it might give us another push here. Let's see. Maybe it's just grabbing deeper liquidity here on the 5. See how it tapped into this order block here, took its liquidity here. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, market see here's the thing, guys. Before the news happens, the market's just very undecided right now. It's what, 450 something? 4 minutes. Sorry, 450. Yeah, 450. 4 minutes and 50 seconds for the 1 hour to close. Look at that closure. If it's gonna close like that, it's gonna be a doji. I mean, at this point, really, it's just probably gonna go up and respect this area. But personally, I just don't want to be within this area. I don't want to be around there. Not with the news. Nope. I'd rather just stay out if that's the case. We'll catch our wins, but not risking when it's too risky. Yeah, right before that 1 hour closure, you can see now how this 1 hour is going to close. Pretty strong. All right, guys. So we're gonna leave it like that. Like I said, we got the news coming out. Probably gonna let my VIP students know if I do see any potential positions. Don't really see much going on here, guys. As of right now, obviously, it's just waiting. The markets are waiting for the news. Nasdaq, you can see it's just undecided. You got my man Chad, bro. I appreciate the love, bro. Appreciate the love, my man. Yeah, like I said, this is a nice closure on the 1 hour. Sorry, the 1 hour. Yeah, there's a nice closure on the 1 hour. We should see a nice continuation to the upside. But again, like I said, personally with my rules, even here on the 5 minute, just never really gave me an entry here. I would have liked if this one would have engulfed it. I like how it came in, tapped into this this 5 minute order block. It took out the liquidity here that was waiting, and this liquidity here as well. So it's like everything kind of looks pretty good. The only thing is like I would have liked if this bullish candle would have closed more engulfing, to be honest. It would have been more promising. This one would have been a second entry here, but it is what it is. You know, if we didn't have the news, I would have felt a lot more comfortable. But we have the news coming up too. So we have not just one, but we have a couple US news coming out. Well, we had the first one, and then now we have... yeah, we had the first one, and then we have now at 10 a.m. as well, which is pending home sales or something like that. Consumer statement, and then we have right now 9:45 Chicago PMI, but that one's orange folder, so it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, let's go, Chad. Oh man. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at here, guys. Let's just wait till after the news. If anything, I'll be letting our students know what we're looking at and kind of go from there, right? It's been super quiet the last few weeks, guys. I don't know what's happening with even the YouTube channel. It's just been quiet. I love, you know, connecting with you guys, even if it's just one person or two people, which is crazy. But I don't know what's going on, guys. Like literally, yeah, I mean, like we've been growing. We're at 7,000 family members, which is amazing. But I don't know if it has to do with YouTube right now or it's weird, like the algorithm or something. But yeah, either way, I appreciate you guys very much. I'll keep you guys updated if anything. GJ, it pulled back, rejector 618 and 71. Pretty much pulled off everything I said it would do. It's just it wasn't at the right timing. And then London session, it gave us a nice push down. So that could have been a nice short right there. That would have been about 56 pips. That's not bad. Like barely, no drawdown. You could have done like a nice 15 pip stop. Target the lows. Would have been about 50, 56 pips, 57. Not bad at all. But again, right now I'd wait, just let the market do what it has to do. GU, same thing. GU, see, I was waiting for it to tap in here, tapped into the zone, and then it pushed up. So it did what we were anticipating it to do. It's just it took longer than what we thought. And again, London session, 5 a.m., New York session came back up. So it did what we were anticipating, just not at the right timing. JPY. Yeah, see, it's just chilling. It's just chilling. I don't like when the market's just coiling up like this in this kind of range. range-ish, whatever you want to call that. All right, guys, that is it. That is all I have for this morning, guys. Have yourself a blessed day. We'll see if later today, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe later today, might surprise you guys with an Asian live stream like we used to do. I felt like with the Asian live streams have been quite successful. However, like I said, the last few days it's just been kind of like, or last few weeks it's just been a little bit more slower, but super busy on the other end too, because I've been really working on, learning Adobe Premiere Pro and a couple different softwares that will help me, create better content for you guys. So I've been practicing practicing and learning how to use this software to kind of better improve and give you guys better, even better and better content every single day. So yeah, that's pretty much, if you guys were kind of wondering what's going on or whatever, that's basically it. We got my man Gibbs FX. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Appreciate it, my man. Appreciate the love. Let's go. But yeah, if anything, guys, like I said, I'm just gonna chill for now. Like I said, we have the news coming out. We'll see what happens. This would have been a nice buy area here from this low, but again, like I said, if we didn't have the news, then I would have felt a lot more comfortable. Now, here's the deal. Once we have the news, if the market does pull back, I'm going to tell you what I'm anticipating. If the market does pull back and tap into this area here and does like a little double bottom or something like that, then I'm looking for a nice continuation to the upside. Most likely my main target will be the highs, filling the wick on the higher time frame on the daily. That would be that would be kind of my most ideal case. If we look at it here as well too, chat, we can see that we are kind of breaking up. We broke and closed above this. This is nice. We have a clear break of structure on the 1 hour time frame. So then we go down to the 15 here. Like I said, there is still resting liquidity at these highs. At these lows. So most likely the market will form a level, take the liquidity, tap into this area, and we'll see what happens. This is the area structure that I'm looking at for a price to maybe potentially give us a continuation to the upside. Okay. We got my man King City FX. Let's go. What's up, bro? Still holding the oil buy from yesterday. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. I haven't looked at oil, to be honest, since we looked at it since yesterday. Let's see here. Here it is. Yeah, let's take a look here. I don't even think I saved it, but I did do an analysis on it. Yeah, so cool. So look, so these are my areas here. Nice, man. If you got in, I can't remember where we were talking about, but like this looks really good. Now, even here, this still looks clean. So I'd say just wait for the market. It will probably give us, well, depending on the news, whatever happens. But if it does retrace to this level here, then we can look for the market to give us a nice continuation up. That could be a possibility. Again, I'm not saying it's going to react from this zone, but there's a higher probability that it could, very well could. So just keeping that in mind, that this is kind of an area of interest for me, to be honest, for oil to pull back into before we see a continuation to the upside. I don't think it's going to pull all the way back down here at these lows. I think we could see the market actually respect this area within this zone right here. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, if you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram. All right, that's where I'm mainly active. I'm obviously on YouTube, #1, but just kind of like my day-to-day life and stuff like that, I'm always active on Instagram. So make sure you guys go follow me on there if you haven't already. And my Instagram username is at the top of the live stream. It's This Is PedroFX. Again, it's This Is PedroFX. Okay, guys, that's where you guys can go follow me on there. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, it's a slower morning, but either way, look forward to connecting with you guys through my Instagram on there as well, or connecting with you guys on the next live stream, guys. If I do see anything, I will let my students know in my VIP. And like I said, we caught a nice win yesterday. Would be nice to catch a win here today. We'll just have to wait and see after the news. Personally, I want to play it safe for sure. I like that 1 hour closure there too. Here, this 1 hour closure looks nice here, and it's on a 1 hour zone. Remember, I told you guys there's two things that could happen. It could either come back down, reject this 1 hour, and go deeper on the pullback, or it could break above it, which we got the break above, even the wick high here. on the 1 hour time frame. So I like that for US30. Now here's the deal though, right? It's still not 930. So 930 could come in and then just give us a way steeper and go like a steeper pullback and go back into this range, right? Below this 1 hour area, right? So you just gotta always kind of know what you're looking at. Entry was 81.05. Nice, bro. Nice, man. Enjoy your profits, bro. And like I said, it might give us a little bit of a retracement there on oil. So just remember, take your profits. Don't give it all to the markets. Don't give it back to the markets. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that is all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much. God bless you, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream tomorrow. All right, guys.